So if I'm about to tell you, I've come across a fantastic tent. Now I saved up 2 months to buy this tent, but first of all I'm going to tell you why I've decided to pick this one. Previous on the channel over the last year and a bit, I've talked about giving all my OEX tents away, my free FUL gear tents, my nature hike tents. They're all going to be going to the local scout groups around me. It's not all going to one of them. I'm going to share them out in between different groups. All them are going air mats, sleeping bags that I no longer use, what I don't need actually, because I've got so many. All them are going to be going to scouts, and I started thinking, well, I at least need 2 to 3 tents. A really good winter tent, what's my QU tent. If it's deep winter and I want to be out and warm, it'll be hot tent camping. But as a winter tent is my QU tent, 4 seasons. And then as a summer tent, I have my Outdoor Vital Dominion 1 tent. But I started thinking, I need another tent in between all that, you know, them two. And then I scattered the internet left, right and centre for a tent what is good quality. It looks fantastic, it looks different, and I didn't want a tent what a lot of other YouTubers are using on their channels, like the Hillenbergs and stuff like that. I wanted something different. And I knew camperslist.com has sent me tents out for my channel for a long time now, and I did give a lot away last year to subscribers from the channel. I started looking down and I came across this tent. Now it is £409 British pounds, so it's not exactly a cheap one. And I got this for myself, and the reason why I'm saying I got it for myself is I paid cash myself for it with no freebie. I don't want to be going down that road again accepting all these tents and having a massive tent build up and know what's happening with them. So like I say, I saved up for 2 months to buy this tent, and I'm deeply impressed with what I've seen so far. I've had it up in garden, up and down a few times. There's one thing, I have to seam seal it myself, but that seems to be getting very, very common with tents now when you buy them. It's called Red Label Adventures. I think it's YOTO. YOTO, YOTO Pro. YOTO Pro. I think that's how I'm saying it, YOTO Pro. I'll show you if it's got the logo on it. I can't remember if it does, but it's called YOTO Pro. Now, it is probably not the lightest of tents, but not the heaviest. 1.8 kg, but still a lightweight hiking tent in my eyes. And what you do with this is you can just strap the poles to it. See, the poles are here. Take the poles off and you can actually compress it down a lot more. So you can just stick it in the bottom of your rucksack. Now, why did I want this tent? It's a tunnel tent. I don't think I've tried many tunnel tents, so this is probably the first tunnel tent in this design. But I also like the colour. I also like some of the features that it does as well. So I'm interested in bringing it to you guys so you can see it for yourself and let me know what you think about it. But this is going to be the 3rd tent that I will only have for camping. That is crazy for me. Compared to the amount of tents that I do have, I'm going to be giving a lot away. But yeah, if you want to see more information, I will share camperslist.com link to their website. Like I say, it wasn't a freebie, I paid for it myself, and I'm going to get that a lot. But I'm not here to prove things to everybody. Get some pegs. If I start accepting tents, what will happen is I'll just get accepted them every week, and then it'll be like tent reviews after tent reviews, and I don't want that really. I do want to compare a couple of tents that I've already got anyway, you know, side by side before they do go, so other people can see them. So the footprint, you have to buy the footprint separate as well. Costs a little bit more money if you want the footprint, but this is the tent. Now it is, they do say it as a red, but look at that, that's not red, it's like a mahogany. It's a different colour. I've never had a tent this colour before. That's basically why I did get the tent. I've never had this colour before. So what I'm doing here is I'm just attaching the footprint, because then every time I get the tent out it will always be attached and it'll be a lot easier. I don't have to do the footprint every time. So the footprint is like a protective layer, so this goes on the floor first, and then the floor of your tent is protected by that. It'll do it for rocks, but any sharp glass and stuff like that, it's going to rip through the pair of them. I'll tell you why I picked the 10-foot poles as well in a minute. What was it? Oh yeah, so the DAC poles, and they say it's green but it's Michael Goldie colour. What I like about this is, you see how this end is capped off compared to this end here? Well, it's got the standard part there. With this standard part, if you put it in one side of the tent and then you're going back to the other side to clip this inside as well, quite a lot of times it will come out of the other side, but this goes into a sleeve at the other side of the tent. I really like that idea because once it's in the sleeve, you're not backwards and forward, it keeps coming out. So I do like the capped end like that. And just there is where the cap end goes. See how it don't come out? It's all enclosed there. That's brilliant. That will make it a lot easier, especially if you're setting it up in like high wind. Wow, no major fights to get in either, straight away. The pegs are different as well compared to other tents. DAC. You do it quite a lot as well. You know, one thing I like about a tent is it's all set up. The inner is attached to the outer, and then your guy lines are already connected to the tent. So one piece of paracord there to a metal hoop, and it leads out, so you can just peg the tent out. If it's in wind, you want to really having the wind coming towards the tent door this way, not that way, because it will take, you know, a hell of a beating. But yeah, so we'll finish pegging it out properly and I'll bring you back. But I do like that idea as it moves around. So in the wind it's got a little bit of movement, but look at the vent area. The vent area is really good. I like the vent. It's different. I haven't seen one like that shape before. And you can peg the two paracord lines out, one there and one there. I'm not sure if you do need two on it or you could just put one on it, but I really do like the shape of that. So if you want to use it in the summer, it's a bit warm, I'm going to show you something you can do. Well, one of the selling points for me anyway, why I did want this tent so you could use it in the summertime as well, is you can remove the full side of this tent here. Just like that, and you get a lot of airflow in the summer months. But really, when it's a really warm weekend or whenever you're camping, you won't really want a fully material in there like that. You'd want a lot of mesh in it to help the airflow through. But yeah, it would help. But in a really hot temperatures, you'd want a nice fully mesh summer tent. So just here, you'll see it's like a round sort of clip thing attached to the pole tent where you put your ground sheet to it. And what it is under the tent there's some more paracord that goes right under. I don't know if you can hear that. And what that does is it just stops you spreading the poles too far out or not in enough, because if you feel that slack you'll know you need to do it more. But yeah, so there's got that, and it goes from one side to the other. What's I think is really good. That was another selling point for me, having that under there. So this here, where you use all the tension to torque the tent up, it's not like your normal ones. I don't know if you can see, there's like a little bit of plastic in there what seems to wobble backwards and forwards. So when you peg this out, then you can use that to pull it and then it causes pressure on that point inside. So that's completely different. I think if I bring you in, you probably could see that moving around. If you just put it there, you can just hear it. So it's not got like the crocodile clip idea. So I'm pulling it there now. So it locks it, it pulls it down and locks it in place. See what I mean? So it doesn't lose any strength. And if you want to fasten it up a bit more, you just pull that one like that. But it locks it that way. That is different. I've not seen that on any tent yet. Oh, they've seam sealed that for some reason. Might if rain gets on that, really. Let's just show you what I mean by it. So we peg it out like this. And if you want a little bit more tension, see how slack it is? When you pull that there, it locks it. So, within the doorway of this tent, there's actually a bit of a feature what I've been saying more tent manufacturers should do anyway. Now, this tent manufacturers have done it. They've done the thing what I've been waiting for a company to do for such a long time, and they've done it right. So just say you are wanting both sides of the tent, back and front, fly sheet removed to get some airflow for warmer nights. Then you've got this, haven't you? You've got all this just flapping around. Well, let me show you something. This is how I know someone who uses tents and has been camping a lot has got this. They know what they're doing with this tent. It's got to be. I've never seen this before. Unless it's on the higher end tent, and I've never seen them, I don't know. But I have never seen this fit before. So I'm wondering, well, what do you do with all this? You know, the door. Let me show you. You see here? There's like a pocket. And what you do is you just tuck it into that pocket there. Look at that. And I am so glad they designed this tent where the door does not unzip and it's on the floor, so you've got to roll it up. I've had a lot of tents like that, and to be fair, it is a bit of a nightmare, especially when it's muddy, it's raining, and you're just rolling it up to here. At least this door opens sideways, and you can just pull it back. Just like that. Very, very easy. And I like, but the inner is on elasticated straps from the fly sheet, so if it's a lot of wind outside, hopefully these straps will take a bit of the wind off, you know, the push around by the wind, so the inner doesn't go too mental when inside it. Yeah, it does look a bit orange from the inside. But another thing that you do get is a washing line. So if you want to try dry your socks out or t-shirt or something, there's a washing line from one side to the other. Small vent area there. To say you can use it in all seasons, summertime as well. Very, very small vent there. There's no lantern holder, but if you've got a little hook on your lantern, you could put it on this washing line if you want to do. But a lot of people do like lantern holders. Some people use it for the glasses as well. So yeah, that's missing. A little lantern holder. There's a small pocket side of the door, but there's no pockets anywhere else. I tell you what, it's better than putting no pockets than some of the small pockets that 3FUL gear put in. You know, you can make a big 4-person's tent and there'll be a small pocket about that big. This has no pockets. It's not a problem. Better to have none than a small one, isn't it? But yeah, the washing line, it's always a nice touch, having the washing line in there. Now, I don't think anyone can argue about the size of the vestibule area. Look how big that is. Absolutely massive. And you can open the door from each side, you know, this side or this side, this side or this side. It's not just, you know, straight down the centre zip. But look at the room. Just bear in mind, that's my shoes. It's very, very large area. You can get your bag there, maybe your cooking pot system, anything, all that can go there. Once again, if you want to do, you could unzip all this side as well. So you can just have this here. If you have the back open, take the back down. Maybe you could use it in summer because you'd have the vents here on top of the door, wouldn't you? So maybe it could be used as summer, but I won't, not like really hot summer nights. I'll tell you some of what I've realised, and this is from my experience in tents. I believe this tent has been made or designed by somebody who uses tents. It's got to be. This isn't a manufacturer's what's just throwing tents together. This person has dealt with tents. They know all about tents because it's such well made. And I'm really happy I picked this because I am the first person on YouTube to use this tent like this, just to show you guys that ought to be using it for camping and stuff. But yeah, I am so glad I picked this tent. I really am. So what I've just noticed, when you put the front or the back on, you do have the little clips. Once I get it off this little door part there. So you do have these little clips to attach it up like that. And some of they're doing it cut back on is all the zips. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zips. You only need 2, 1 at each side. You don't need 4 full zips like that. Then same again on the back side of the tent, let's say. It's got exactly the same pocket. It's a bit harder to get in because of this here, so maybe you could just unclip this. If I can get it off anyway, there we go. Yeah, it's a little bit harder, this one, but you can squeeze it in. Like that. And we'll attach it back up then to there, let's say. Then that then becomes like that. So yeah, you can tuck it well out of the way. What I've worked out as well is, you see the footprint is sticking out there. You can actually turn the footprint round so you can have it for the vestibule area here. So you can have it either way if you want. I'll show you that next time I'm out camping in it. You can see what I mean. Right, so let's run through a little bit of the boring part. So the fly sheet is, the length of it, overall length is 340 centimeters. The width of it, 135 centimeters. The height of it from the floor to the top of the tunnel tent is 105 centimeters. The inner length is 215 centimeters. The width of it, 120 centimeters, and the inner from the floor to the mesh in the inside where it's set up in, 96 centimeters. The pack size is 45 centimeters by 15 centimeters. The footprint is 20D 400T nylon PU, 200 grams. That must be how much it weighs. Now they say it's a 2-person tent. I'd use it 1 person, luxury, absolutely. Or you can use it with a friend and just put everything in the doorway and you've got all that room to do whatever you want inside. 4 seasons, I'd probably skip out the warmer summer months in it. But we are going to test it when the weather changes a little bit. We always get bad times over in UK, so we will test it then. So here it says the weight is 1,670 grams. I got 1,880 grams. So it's a little bit heavy in there, say it was. You get 2 poles, 1 door, your poles, your vents and everything. I've shown you all that. So this is the part what I want to show you, what we're all interested in. What is the material all made out of? So the fly sheet is nylon 10D 450T ripstop, both sided silicone at 200mm. So it's 2000 hydrostatic head. Is that before seam sealing or after seam sealing? Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Some of the other tents I've used is 5000 hydrostatic head. This is 2000. We'll only know when we test it, won't we, if it stands. So we've got the inner fabric, bathtub floor, nylon 40D 240T ripstop TU 1000. No, they're saying 10,000 there. 10,000 hydrostatic head. The bathtub floor, the floor of your tent, 10,000, 100,000, 10,000, yeah, 10,000 hydrostatic head the floor. How would we ever test that, seriously? So walls, nylon 15D ripstop, breathable nylon 15D mesh. And the poles are 8.5 mil poles. And so you get 15 stakes. So it's pegs. I don't know how many we've got, I didn't count that, but I'm quite a few short, to be fair, but it's not what I can't sort out myself. Yeah, so, you know, it is, how do you say it, slightly pricey, but I'm getting, and I've got a quality tent for what I need. Like I said, I'm giving all the other tents away to scouts and stuff. I need 3 good tents at least. So I'm really happy I picked this tent. Like I said, nobody else on YouTube's got it. I'm the first person to have it, so I'm really excited about that myself. You know, yes, I'm the person who got it first. Fantastic. Now, Free FUO Gear do a version of this tent, but it's not up to this price. And I think it's a bit less quality, but this tent, I'm so glad. I like the removable ends. I can't wait to use the tent a lot more. I'm not going posh, I'm just going sensible, I think. I want to thank you for watching this video. I do appreciate it a hell of a lot. If you want to see me using this in all different weathers, please do consider hitting the C by subscribing to the channel. I'll put a video up there for you. If you want to subscribe and watch camping, outdoor cooking and stuff, please do feel free to join the channel. And I hope I see you next time.